Greetings. Today's recording has been pre-recorded. Okay, well, you try to wrap your head around that one. We've got Call, Forlorn Soul, Internet Explorer, Starbomber, and Fungineficent. All returning. Yeah. Oh boy, people are ready to go. We got a 3K 44 on Aorta. We're dropping around with the ANS team. No muss, no fuss. Let's get to it, baby. Looks like our orange and black player here is going to have gun voxel, 5 guns on it. What you got on the backpack, Chief? VLS-3, nice. What do you bring to the party? Surprise. Surprise! Forlorn Soul. Gunships and missiles, no. E-war needed, no. Lockup radars needed. Ah, here's the bullseye. Blanket, hang up, everything you could ever want. And one reigns except for point defense. Oh! I feel like this thing's just gonna get blown up by a stray missile. But we'll see. Gart. That's quite a name. Okay, I think we have 2 mass driver teams, which is sort of a problem. This is a weird build. Look at this. Beam bottom turret, keel turret, 254 turret, and a VLS-3 rear slot. That is so well-rounded. It might be too well-rounded. I don't know what you're planning to fight with that. Presumably you're going to perform well. Look at that. Stone walls, a bullseye, a couple defenders, auroras. Just ready to handle any sort of threat. And a pair of scouts. Mad respect. Alright, Call, bring his mass driver fleet, as we've seen before. 3 destroyers, a pair of gunships, and then a pair of scouts. This boyo is bringing... Wow. Okay. Okay, bringing 6 ships with a mass driver and a rebound. That is not enough point defense. If any missiles get fired at these, they're dead.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
So we'll see how this goes. Also having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 mass driver ships is might be a problem. Yeah, these guys don't really have a front line. I guess Sol and Gart can front line, but this ship is built really weird. And voxels are good, but they can't hold for a long time. They're good at flitting around and fighting, but they can't just stick and hold like an Axford can or a Solomon can. Let's take a look at the OSP team. All this stuff might be for naught. There might be no way to counter any of these. We'll see. Yeah, it's pretty Ocella heavy, so those mass drivers could be very effective. Alright, we're going to take a look at you first, because I'm pretty sure you just got, yeah, fighting Ocellas. These are just budget Axfords. I don't like all these tunnels. These tunnels rule! Bulls! Tunnels are awesome. Right, we got Auroras. We got broadsides. Well, double broadsides, interestingly. I'm not sure what he's trying to shoot at right now. But presumably these scouts. Yeah, there we go. Someone's got some class on this team. In this game, rather. Hey, ooh, boy. That is one heck of a point defense tug. And a scout. Probably going to be able to cap Alpha, but I think he's going to get mass driver to smitheroonies by these 9 mass driver ships. They need to rename those railguns, by the way. Like linear railguns. Since that's what they are. And the OSP has mass drivers, which are different than railguns. Pretty sure that was put in the suggestion box at one point. I don't know if they're ever going to implement that, but we'll see. Plasmas and T-30s. Got a old Fungi over here. And plasmas and T-30s and point defense. A lot of point defense, which is good. Last time he got owned by S2Hs. So maybe he won't this time. He's, in fact, talking about that in the lobby. I must regain my honor. We'll see, buddy. Gunnocello. Whoa, this is gonna get killed immediately by a bunch of rockets. Or missiles, rather. Broadsider with his non-gun side facing the enemy. It's kind of a problem. Really got to be on top of orienting those. And T-20 Scout. And this boy is locked, which means those mass drivers are going to be able to miss because it's a shuttle with a high move speed. Uh-oh. Those are going to hit. Oh! Oh! This player! Who is this? Internet Explorer. Absolutely killing it on the dodging. Where are those going? After Bear's ship. Looks like no joy there. Ooh, that's a hit. It won't take many hits, especially since this thing... let's get away from that. Only has one repair crew. Just start enough fires and this little ship will be screwed. Though it seems to be able to... Yeah, capped Alpha and it's out of there. I think it's going to make it too. Fire coming down the field with this Solo. No joy though. Obviously a bad track. A real bad track. Oh my goodness. I think firing at that shuttle is probably the best bet for dealing damage at this point in the game. Ooh, almost dropped my mouse there. But that's not what's happening. Calls frigates are, I think, going to go through this tunnel. That's what he did last time anyways. Magnificent not throwing this time by YOLOing in. He's got grape shot loaded in his T-30s to help with anti-missile support. Voxel's hitting dagger. Bonk. Kind of a waste of a hybrid, but I don't know, it could be useful. Kill him with your 250 RPF. That's not RPF. The shuttle might be able to get in here fast enough to disrupt it and keep him from capping quickly. Or, no. Never mind. Yeah, this thing's slowing down, and now that its engine's been messed up, it's gonna die. Because shuttles kind of need to be fast to not get killed. I see you. I don't know if that's the intensive care unit or I see you. But maybe both. Pretty funny. Wow. In the meantime, this Ocella team has gotten absolutely obliterated by these mass drivers. Yeah, Ocellas are the target for those linear railguns. I'm just going to call them linear railguns from now on. LRG. Yeah, that's dead, but they still got the Alpha Cap. Type 1's coming out. I don't know if those are going after these sprinters. Yeah, it's got to be it. It's getting absolutely demolished. Oh, those mass drivers. There's no bow tanking going to help you with that. In fact, pointing your bow towards your opponent in this one single instance is actually going to make the damage worse. Yeah, it's just like firing these out at sprinters, I guess. I don't know what that's about. Oh, no. I see. Doesn't have them on manual mode, and they're getting excessively spent on small volumes of missiles being fired. The Auroras are quite capable of handling single missiles. Look at all the fires. Look at it. A lot of these things have burned down. In fact, all the DC lockers have burned down. Means over time, the rest of this ship's gonna just burn down. Incredible. Very effective use of the mass drivers. This is what I was talking about earlier before combat started when I was like, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Is that if this is really strong against Ocellos, this excessive amount of mass drivers, it's not that good against missile ships Or I guess I should say it's strong against gunships, especially Ocellos. It just so happens that usually when people who play Ocellos are bringing gunships. Look at the fire. Also, all on the nose of your ship. What is this guy talking about? These also don't have that much health. Reinforced DC lockers. Larges have a ton of health. Which compartments are in the front? Yet most ships are like that. In fact, not that many. Nope. Incorrect.
The enemy is securing Zone Atlas.
Who is this guy? Holy shit, in the meantime, look at all the T-30s coming out of these freighters. Man, I am just in a preachy mood today, I guess. I'm an arch civilian. That's pretty funny. Oh no, that's arch villain. Oh my, I need new glasses. Now he's trying to play off like, oh, I'm bad, teehee. You're the bad guy for dunking on me. Bitch, you started complaining first. I was just correcting you being wrong. Children. Children, children, children. Yeah, this guy sort of got wrecked by a fungificent, I'm assuming is who came in here and dished out that damage. No? Internet Explorer with the T-30s. Oh, okay. All of them together is what happened. Internet with the real guns and then Funge with the T-30s to just lay it down. Incredible firepower. Okay, so while we've been down here wasting our time with that, these voxels have come and are engaged in a point-blank fight with a broadside ship who can't get his broadsides properly oriented to shoot at what he wants to be shooting at. Unless he wants to be shooting at these freighters? Or frigates? She really shouldn't. And the Socella's heavily gunned Ocella is just freely laying into these voxels and dishing out quite a bit of damage. Look at that. Yeah, the mass driver is really paying off, especially down here. Able to do a lot of damage to those Ocellos. I don't understand how Monkey Butt over there was all like, ugh. Damage control is pointless. Mine got blown up. And it's because you got hit by 4 missiles and a bunch of mass drivers and guns. I don't... That's so much damage. What do you expect? Oh, nice. He's using HEHC. I don't really use those type of rounds very much. I'm glad he's getting some use out of that. Vanguard's just out of the game. I hate the I'm bad excuse. Or anything where it's like, oh, I'm bad at the game, so you should just, like, let me get away with being bad at the game. Like, no, motherfucker, if you're bad, you deserve to be dunked on. And, well, maybe not dunked on, but corrected when you say things that are wrong. Like, oh, DC doesn't have a place. Yes, it does. It's not an excuse, that's just a state of being. Voxel getting cleaned up pretty effectively. The other one retreating at the speed of, well, not light, but a very concerned man who does not want to have his other ship blown up. Otosella could go and take Delta. Take it. Do it. Cap Delta. Abandon your friend. He's already dead. Cap the point. I hate the control escape brings that up and doesn't delete words. This is like the most pathetic please pity me bait I've ever seen. What are you doing, dude? I have like a shred of confidence Self-respect. It's trying so hard to get back into the fight.
The enemy secured zone Foxhole.
Yeah, dude had no scouting, and then he just got owned when he came around the corner here. That's what happens when you don't have scouting and you're far away from your team. That's why Funge and Internet Explorer were able to come in and clean things up because Star Bomber was being a distraction for Gart, and so these guys just came in and just blah, 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 shot the hell out of Gart's fleet. That's teamwork. It's not intentional teamwork, but it is teamwork. .30 fire coming in here. Wow, that is an absolutely abysmal track. I don't think a single one of those rounds hit. This Foxhole, I don't know why this Foxhole is pushing forward and trying to fight. Oh, maybe that's why. Call has snuck around the backside in all of this, or the underside actually. Capped Bravo. ANS, nice little cap advantage, or rather significant cap advantage. Still down on points, but the Alamo. And these guys just punching out so much mass. Driver, and they could easily be punished by missiles, but OSP team, for once in a blue moon, it doesn't really have much in the way of missiles. It's pretty much just guns, which is so rare. And here he goes again.
The enemy secured zone Atlas.
Pretty sure the ANS takes this one. Oh, so Solo finally gonna cap D? Yeah, nice. It's funny, I was pretty convinced the ANS was going to lose because every time I see this, like, 2 fleets of mass driver ships, it does not go well. I think part of what happened is that's also not correct. You can just make bad things that don't work right. Suck me from the back. I've never heard that before. It's pretty funny. Yeah, what I was saying is Cal didn't bring a pure rail fleet like Not a Hugh did. So he was able to use these gunships and these scouts to cap Echo and then come over here and cap Bravo and just generally be a menace and keep the OSP team off balance. And meanwhile, be able to get sensor discovery and these Gavin Charlie too. But if he wasn't able to do that, then like the real shit like Gart's team Might have had to come down here and cap, which would have slowed down his push. Could have changed the tempo of the game rather significantly. Hang up since the keystones. There's actually a great use of that. Presumably they don't have any radar of their own. Or if they do, no, they get a front line. If they do, it's not very good. OSP ain't out of it yet. Starbomb's still getting completely blasted by mass drivers.
20 minutes remain.
Bunge is unfortunately more interested in chatting than killing things. Oh my. A lot of firepower.
The enemy secured zone Comet. The enemy is securing zone Boxer.
Internet and Bunge are just sort of stuck here in the middle of the map, being completely suppressed by these rail teams. Could go to Charlie, cap it.
The enemy secured zone Boxer.
A little bit of customary war crimes. Still getting blasted. So Solo managed to cap D. He needs to leave. Do not push these. Oh, man. These things could just fire at this fool and completely take him out of the fight before he gets up there because he doesn't have enough damage control teams to manage fires being set throughout the entire ship. But by burning towards these ships, he's scaring them away. Okay, I think they're reorienting to fire at him. The jamming also might have helped. And the OSP team just doesn't really know what to do. Yeah, see, so here's part of the problem with the rails. Is OSP can just stay on caps and the rail ships can't do anything. Y'all need to kill this and then cap this point and then migrate over to Echo and then it will be the game. I don't think they can see this. No, there's no way. Something has to be able to see this. Yeah. Why are you not shooting at it? Weird. Yeah, this sort of thing works. Flipping strats. It's just unlikely you're ever going to get much of an opportunity to use it effectively. I don't think rude's the right answer, just infantile. These... What is going on? These mass drivers are trying to get to point to cap it, and this thing can't deal enough damage to kill them, especially not since it's getting shot by mass. Sorry, yeah, Winnie Hood Jr. I think is a good way to describe that guy. What is the end of this? This is so weird. Because this could definitely just be killed and then this point capped. But for some reason, this player is not interested in killing that. This could also just be capped. And Star Bomber's going for it, but at a 10 MS, I don't even think he's going to get there before the game ends. This guy should have just stayed on Delta. Rating... This guy's staying on Alpha, which is good. What the hell? Oh. Oh. I did not notice that. I don't know how I didn't notice that. It's not just a flip ship. It has nothing but nipple guns on it. So it can just spin and fire and rotate and fire and rotate and fire. No point defense, obviously, which is a huge gamble and a really bad idea. But he lucked out that his opposing team didn't really have much in the way of missiles. Oh, this is crazy. This thing's a menace. If you bring missiles, it's screwed. But obviously, if you don't, it's very dangerous. Okay, so the SP team has chosen to lose for some reason. Specifically this guy, Bungificent, who is just not going to kill the thing keeping C from being capped. I don't know what that's about. I don't think this guy's paying attention to his fleet anymore. I think he's just chatting. Oh, hey, there he goes. He's finally caught up. There's a ship here that needs to be destroyed. Mentioned that he's high before, so that's probably why his performance is kind of poor. He's trying so hard to make it. I don't think he's gonna make it at all. Yeah. See, ANet's gonna win this? They shouldn't. This has been a complete shit show. Bad track on the ship. There's nothing this one can do. Yeah, OSP had a pretty decent fleet comp, and these fools had a silly Billy fleet comp. Oh, I'd say this is pretty silly Billy. But look at all the just bullets you can put down the field. Unreal. Absolutely unreal.
Securing zone common.
Looks like this thing's been
10 minutes remaining.
handled. Star's gonna be able to cap C finally. About 10 minutes too late. Unfortunately, if he was able to cap it earlier, this guy was paying attention and could have shot that ship. I think the OSP team would have taken a victory here. But I'm pretty sure it's too late for that. Unless this guy can capture Delta. This guy, rather. I mean, he's not, because he can just camp on it. He doesn't have enough raw damage to kill all of them. Yeah, it is close, but it really shouldn't have been.
The enemy
But hey, that's what happens when you have one player who's throwing and one player who's high. Kind of a severe handicap. To be fair, a lot of people treat their cells like Star Bomber treated his.
The enemy is securing zone
And
dash.
just flying forward. In fact, this is actually a big problem that the ANS have, and why so many people complain that the OSP is imbalanced. It's because a lot of ANS players will do this with a pair of Axfords. They'll just get them together, and they'll fly on one side of the map, and they'll just get destroyed. And they'll be like, what? How did I lose? That's not fair. Well, you lost because your two ships fought 3 times their fleet value and also ate a lot of missiles. So, yeah, that's why you lost. It's really, 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 really basic math. And that's pretty much what happened to this guy, except Ocellos are even worse than Axfords. He's just sort of over here by himself, and he fought several times his fleet value, and got annihilated for it.
The enemy secured zone dagger.
Wow. Is the OSP actually going to win this? They shouldn't. I mean, they should have earlier, but they shouldn't have been able to at this point. Yeah.
Clips.
Oh my god, ANS victory! Right at the last second. Oh, what a mess. What a horrible, horrible, horrible mess. That is some wood tier gaming right there. Okay, see, now he's learning. Now he's learning. Good. Alright, nothing out of this team. Really. Yeah, this guy just sort of flew his voxels in and got annihilated. He did what Star Bomber did. Just flew in, didn't really have any scouting, got blown up. Yeah, that's what happens. Cart, of course, got punished by the pain train of the T-30s and the revolver ship. Call, probably the MVP. Capping points, Bravo and Charlie. Without those caps, they definitely would not have won. And dealing some damage with his mass drivers. And not a huge, just shooting. Wow. What? I don't... How did this guy do less damage with his rails across 5 ships than Call was able to do across, well, even just 2 ships, but also 3 ships? Yeah, so this guy, 188, 202, 186 hits 50, 40, 50, 50, 40, 40. Huh? What are you doing? If you're gonna bring railguns, you need to have them firing. That is not enough, by the way. That is not anywhere near enough. He would have gotten annihilated by S2 spam or by containers. Wow. There's the guy who went after Delta, dishing out a crazy amount of damage. Most of that's from guns, too. He did 5k from his missiles, but still 15k from just guns. Man. Yeah, this ship sort of got blown up before I was able to do anything. Damn, that sucks. I'm not even entirely sure what happened to it. Funge just kind of chilled in cover. Yeah, I think his only damage is from when he blew up Gart. And then I guess he also killed some Call scouts. But that's really what you need to be doing against mass drivers. Is cowering. And trying to control as much of the map as you can. You don't want to just be flying around in the open and getting exploded. And Aorta is probably the best map for countering mass drivers because of those tunnels connecting the sides. This and maybe Bulwark. Just because of the giant wall right in the middle. It's pretty easy to deny vision on mass drivers on that map. And then here's Star just getting taken out right at the start. Oh, weird game. Weird game. 18k out of this revolver ship. Unbelievable. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I did. Looks like another entry into the Office of Strategic Studies series. Oh boy. I'll see y'all next time.